The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, you guys remember Ari Aster, right? He's the guy who came out with Midsummer and Hereditary. Well, come April 21st, he's going to be having a new film coming out called Beau is Afraid. Now, this is a nightmare comedy of sorts that's going to be coming out, and it's going to be starring Joaquin Phoenix and the Joker himself, Raven Shadow knows. And the great thing about this is that Aster and Phoenix are going to be collaborating on their next film together. And word has it is that it's going to be a Western. Now, if Ari Aster's track record has anything to say about it, this should be a very interesting coupling for the next couple of films. And almost makes you wonder if we're going to see like the second coming of Johnny Depp and Tim Burton. But we will see how Beau is Afraid. That's going to be coming out. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are too. And with that said, welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 557 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein, also at the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raven Chateau and Casa Day Zero. We are live from 3 locations from all over the East Coast, up and down, left and right. Well, I guess it's just right, not left and right, because that's not really the East Coast now, is it? So, we're just kind of all over the place. We're in a line. It's like goes from me to Raven Shadow to MZ, and then I don't know where it goes from there. Goes somewhere.
Yeah. We're the 3M Club. Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland.
Oh, there you go. That's really boring, but hey, it works.
Triple M.
Triple M. That's better. Or how about M triple, huh?
Ooh. I feel like it's kind of like that Indiana Jones when he's flying in the plane and it goes.
Yeah, with the map.
That kind of shit. Oh, it's April.
It's April.
Yeah, she's always coming by to say hello.
She's a ham. She loves being on being on the show.
Oh yeah, she is.
So for those not watching live, you're missing out on MZ's little kitty.
Yep.
All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about Cocaine Bear. We're gonna, I don't know, what do you do when you like get ready to talk about like a drug movie that takes place? Does this take place in the 80s? I don't remember.
In the 80s?
No. Modern day. This is modern day.
That's too bad. I'm trying to remember. Was there a cell phone?
I didn't see a cell phone, to quote the great Tony Atlas, but I felt this was modern. I don't know.
I mean, I got like with the vehicles and the like the paneling on the walls, I thought this was 80s, but
it's totally 80s. It's totally it's a true story. It took place in the 80s. I mean, you can't picture it being all right. The actual stories happened in the 80s, but this is all that's happening now, and the cocaine is still there. Please, you actually going to believe that it's set in the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's true. I guess I didn't. Sorry, Johnny. I said I didn't think about it.
Well,
and sorry to cut you off of that. So I'll let you keep going.
Yeah. I mean,
look at the posters in the daughter's room. She's got Depeche Mode and Lamal. How can you get any more 80s than that?
Did you watch this with Marion Raven Shadow?
I did. Yep.
She says, she's like yelling. She's like, it took place in 1985. She's like, I mean, Kerry Russell's outfit. I feel like you two had different levels of engagement.
Maybe I was doing cocaine. I'm not sure.
Well, I think that was the problem. He was so focused on the cocaine, he forgot everything else.
Yeah. He's just so focused on a bear doing cocaine that the details didn't matter.
Okay, well, I recognize and I apologize. And
I do cocaine.
I didn't do cocaine. I can't. I there's no extra money for cocaine right now.
No extra money. All those deductibles aren't going to allow you to buy cocaine.
Yeah, no, I got another. Yeah, I got a bill for my fucking other February 10th appearance at Boston.
Appearance. I love that you call them appearances. Like you're like
Like
you're
he's
the
doing signing.
yeah, like you're the star. You're doing a signing.
I
I
did.
made an appearance at the hospital recently.
Yep, I made an appearance at Tufts Children's Hospital on February 10th, and I got that $800 fucking bill. What the fuck?
Well, there's I know MZ's thing is Coffin Corner, but I just saw something like sad right before we went on air. It's not a person, which is probably makes it even worse. But you're I'll have to warn you, Raven Shadow, this is gonna be sad if you haven't heard about it.
I haven't.
You know the kid, your buddy Sean Waltman, X-Pac, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, Lulu,
What?
his little dog passed.
Oh,
Xbox dog Lulu.
Yeah,
That's news.
yeah.
yeah, bro.
How's that news?
You're not sad to hear that a dog died?
I'm always upset to hear the animal died.
He brought his dog everywhere, and apparently Raven Shadow probably knows more about this than I do, but apparently his dog saved him, right? Like he has said that that the dog gave him a reason to sort of like get out of his dark place.
It was hugely instrumental. I mean,
Yeah.
he was definitely, I don't know if it was a officially deputized trained therapy dog, but like it was yeah. Shit.
Yeah,
That
I actually
sucks.
saw I kind of met Lulu briefly when I went to WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. I think it was 2017, maybe 18. I think it was 17. And when I was down there at WrestleCon, the big convention they have there, the kid, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, 123 Kid, whatever you want to call him, he was there, and he used to always bring his dog everywhere. And like we went up and was like, hey, we just kind of walked by. Like I'd met him before because I had written a song for him that he got a no.
I wrote a song for you, X-Pac. It goes a little something like
No.
this.
I wrote an entrance theme song
Oh, okay.
that he used in the ring.
Yes. Yeah, it wasn't like I wrote it. Like
Right,
it wasn't
right.
like X-Pac. Like
And to
like
be
Johnny actually wrote his theme song for that show.
And to be fair, my buddy D Watt did a lot of the heavy lifting, but I came up with the riff and a lot of the ideas behind it and got the gig. But anyways, so I kind of like I didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, do you remember me? One of those kind of deals. But yeah, I just kind of walked up. Was like, hey Sean, how's it going? And me and Coop were walking by, and he had his dog, and his dog, like Lulu. I don't know what was wrong with Lulu, but Lulu's tongue would always hang out of its mouth. Like that's it. It had something.
Kind of like X-Pac himself.
Kinda. Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny. I didn't really even think about that. But
Crossing paws.
it was an adorable little dog, and yeah, it's a shame. I think we can all sort of understand what that must be like, because that's like one of my biggest fucking fears is having to deal with that. So it hurt because I knew I don't really know Sean Waltman. I don't want to talk like like, oh man, I'm so like bummed out for him, but it's just I know how important dogs are to me and to my friends, and I understand like how impactful it was for him to have that dog in his life, and yeah, it's just rough.
It sucks. And no, I mean it's a huge part. I mean, like, say what you want about the kid. He's made Herculean strides
Yep.
in his life and change in behavior. And I think that dog was a huge part of it. And as someone who, maybe has not made such Herculean strides, the dog is still
Well, you
a
didn't
part.
have as far to go either, to be fair.
To be fair, right. I didn't, right. I'm not proud of certain things, but there were some things. Well, I didn't do that. But no. I mean, like, if I think we can all agree that when that day comes, it's going to be a fucking bad fucking day, and so I feel bad for the kid. And rest in peace, Lulu. And I'm sorry that happened, kid.
Yeah, obviously he's not going to listen to the show, but it's it's just sad. I just happen to see it, and I know you're a big fan of his, so
Yeah, no, I expect my favorite wrestler of all time, and he's a dog guy, and
he's a road dog guy too.
He's a road dog. He's a road dog guy too. Yeah.
He's not gonna start blowing away the bad guys. He's not gonna become like X-Wick, is he?
X-Wick. I kind of want to see that.
This is a very sad fucking thing, but X-Wick is really fucking funny. Is awesome, actually. Like, I'm gonna write that script tonight.
Make some noise.
X-Wick.
For Lulu.
That's a fucking.
What kind of dog was Lulu?
I think
Tiny.
Lulu is a Pomeranian,
Yeah.
Oh,
or at least partially, because there's a lot of similarities to Ozzy. So
okay.
yeah, it's sad, man. That's I don't want to bring everyone down, Or
Well, I think it's a little bit too late for that, Johnny.
on the good side of things, did you hear someone that got indicted today?
Oh, did it really happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, it doesn't really mean much right now, anyways.
It might mean a lot more sooner than you realize.
Yeah, it might, but we'll see.
I did see some of the deep fake photos from a couple days ago. Have you?
Yeah, all the AI. There's tons of fucking AI art out there about it. It's ridiculous.
I'm not saying I didn't print them, and they're in frames in my house right now. But no, they didn't. But it made me chuckle. It made me chuckle.
So I mentioned we're going to be talking about Cocaine Bear. What else? What else we got going on? We do have. I think we have a couple voice messages already. We got one. I think. Did we get another one earlier? I don't know. I'll take a look. But if anyone is watching, or I guess you could be listening live and not actually watching, but for anyone checking out the live show, if you want to get your thoughts in on Cocaine Bear, you can go ahead and send them to podcast@trickortreatradio.com, or you can go to trickortreatradio.com, click on the contact button, and you can record right from the website, and it uses SpeakPipe right through the website. So those are the ways you can get us, and you can do so anytime. It doesn't even have to be whether you're watching live. If you had thoughts about Cocaine Bear or any other movie we're talking about, you always are welcome to send in a voice message. We love hearing from you guys, so go ahead and do that. And let's see, what else? Oh, this is something maybe for me and MZ. I know Ravenchild dabbles a little bit, but today, opening day of Major League Baseball.
Yay.
How do you feel about that, Ravenchild?
No, I'm excited. We're talking about off air. I just think it's really fucking cold out. Like just next week or so in April. It's been a while.
Well, I mean, April is tomorrow, right? Saturday. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 31 in March. Yeah. So we're only 2 days away. It's already spring, Raven Shadow. Spring has sprung.
Well, tell to the fucking snow I fucking shoveled off my car this morning.
I know I risk kind of shooting myself in the foot with this one, but we have not had any snow at all this winter here down here.
Yeah. You know what? I was about to bring that up. I wasn't sure what you had, Wolfie, going on down where you are. Raven Shadow, you have no right to bitch, okay? In comparison to what I've dealt with up here in Maine, the snow has not fucking stopped. It just keeps going.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have moved to Maine.
And it's snowing.
Yeah,
and snowing and snowing and snowing and snowing and snowing
and snowing. Knitting.
And snowing.
And blowing.
Cocaine and doing bumps.
Cocaine. No, seriously, it has not stopped snowing here. It won't stop. It's fucking ridiculous.
Can't stop, won't stop. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you only got yourself to blame there, MZ. You moved there.
No, I don't know. I don't have myself to blame.
Who do you
Because
have
everybody up here has said that this is ridiculous. The snow's got to stop. It just is equally really ridiculous that down in Massachusetts, they barely got hit with any snow at all.
Well, not for nothing, bro. You're from here, man. Like, you moved north.
Exactly.
Like-
Exactly. It would have been nice to have one winter without any snow, and you guys ended up having it when I'm not there.
But we waited for it. We're like, all right, he's gone.
Yeah, he's
Fucking-
gone now.
It'll be chill. Like, and to be fair, I'm with that. Like, I mean, we got fucking hammered, bro. Like, last couple of fucking years.
Oh,
You lived here then, dude. Like, what you nightmare on fucking Snow Street with your little camera. But like, yeah, this is the first year in however many years. The only time I busted out my fucking Craftsman, my heavy duty
Snowblower.
Yeah. It was actually you'd like this, Johnny. And so does Ollie apparently.
Ah, he does, yeah.
The snow was too thick. And
It's
my
too
Craftsman couldn't cut it. And like as I'm like, what the fuck? I'm trying to like doing it. And I'm like, it's too thick.
Go give
snow is too thick.
Go give Ollie some cocaine or something.
Yeah, like he needs it.
First of all, I'm not doing cocaine with my dog.
You're just gonna do it alone, or just give it to him. Not both.
One of us has to drive. And
I'd sooner trust Ollie.
Yeah, I would too, honestly.
that's true. He's the one. But no, we got lucky this
one.
And he's the only one with a valid driver's license.
Throw him his fucking baby, Raven Shout. Jesus.
you do.
I don't think I've ever heard Parker. Does Parker even bark, MZ?
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
he doesn't really bark. He more howls than barks. When he's like, he's one of those kind of dogs.
Yep.
He won't stop gnawing at his tail. Will you knock it off? No. Oh God, he's so dumb.
Why do you say that all the time?
Because he's just dumb.
What are you comparing him to?
Every other living dog.
I find that hard to believe. I find that very hard to believe. I also think it's pretty mean of you to say.
Hey, I say a lot of loving things to him. Saying he's dumb is the only thing that's not loving that I say towards him. I say a lot of caring and nurturing and kind and wonderful and loving things to this dumb dog.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you. He's right here. He won't stop licking his paws because he's white. He's a white dog.
Yep.
So he's gonna continue. I don't know if you could see it or not. Yeah, there he is.
Oh yeah. Yep. Hey Parker. He won't stop
Parker.
licking his paws, you said?
Yeah. Well, like I said, he's a white dog, and his skin gets dry, and all he does is scratch and itch. So we've been trying to give him medication. We've been doing salmon oil in his food. Hopefully, ultimately, it's just the weather that'll change, and moisture will be back in the air. Parker, hey, Parker.
Maybe some of the listeners have some advice.
Maybe.
I know they make some
Parker.
stuff to try to get dogs to stop doing that. There's like some bitter
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I don't. It doesn't hurt
Yeah.
them, but I don't know.
No. Yeah, the bitter apple. I know.
Yeah, the bitter apple. That's it.
Parker, out of hell with you. Oh, there we go.
Oh shit! Nice place there. It's a nice little setup you got there, MZ.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, look at that. Look at those cocks over there. Is that a?
Yeah, you got a lot of
Is
cocks.
that a? Yeah, is that a? You got a lot of cocks over there under that table.
Oh yeah. There's plenty more cock where that came from.
A lot of cock play up in Maine, huh?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, big ups to Barker Lewis can't lose. I like him.
Marion says, "I feel like our mass winter has been pretty mild this season."
Yeah, but this is a fucking rarity though. And this is a fucking rarity because normally we get fucking bombed like Iraq. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But, like,
Jesus Christ! Don't no.
well, what
You
gave it away?
you shouldn't compare getting hit with snow to getting actually bombed.
All right, fair. So more like Hoth, more like the fake snow planet in the galaxy far, far away.
Imagine
Is
that. Imagine that
Well,
covered in cocaine. Imagine like Hoth, but take the snow out for cocaine.
All the time, brother.
Do you realize what the streets
Street value. Yeah.
is?
This is pure snow.
Cocaine
No,
covered Hoth.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm burning styrofoam in my backyard. I'm fucking sick of shoveling, dog. I'm not really doing that. It's a joke.
What the fuck? All right. Let's see. Marion also says, but then again, I live in a condo and snow removal is covered by the management company.
Oh man.
Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, living in an apartment complex, they handle it all, but the winters down here in Maryland are super mild. Like I think is it our fourth winter down here? Third or fourth? I don't even know anymore. But it's we get like maybe one or two storms a winter. It's been super mild down here.
Wow.
And
Well, the further south you go, the better off you are. So,
Yep. This year we didn't get any. So,
do you get a lot of rain?
I don't know. Probably same amount as in Mass.
No, you don't shovel rain.
You wish. Use your snowblower and fucking electrocute
Actually, I
yourself.
I remember like
Have
a
you
couple.
been-
Well, you guys know my parents' house. You know the dip. In
Yeah.
So that would flood, and you guys know the story about how my mother's 50th birthday when they flooded and my dad's Harleys were fucking floating in the fucking downstairs
Oh,
basement.
wow. Really?
Sucked. Yeah. I remember like getting like brooms and we had to like shovel the water and put down sandbags like we were fucking in MASH. You know what I mean? As a kid. Oh, funny story. There was a hurricane. I remember doing that. And then we went in and we didn't have any power, but my dad had been a generator and we needed to watch some movies. So I brought down some, and I remember I played them an excerpt from a Sam Kinison special where he called a listener in the audience's ex-girlfriend and berated her. It was a different time. And then we watched Repossessed. So I watched Repossessed with my parents.
Nice. Wow. Sam Kinison and Repossessed? That's a full night.
Yeah, it must have been like 12. no, probably 14. It was probably 14.
Yeah.
Show my parents Sam Kinison Repossessed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Repossessed is awesome. That's a movie that does not get enough credit.
I haven't seen it in so long.
So good. Oh my God. It's so funny. It's so stupid.
That's a great song. Like, yeah.
Leslie Nielsen Leslie Nielsen and Linda Blair. And,
Oh, speaking of Leslie Nielsen, we should have teamed Cocaine Bear up with Day of the Animal. Did a double feature. Imagine if the bear in Day of the Animal was on cocaine.
well, seeing as how the bear in Day of the Animals was not on coke and still tore Leslie Nielsen's character to pieces.
Well, Leslie Nielsen was probably on cocaine, though. To be fair.
Yeah. That's a safer bet to make. And so is William Girdler. Now that I think about it, there's a good chance he did a couple of bumps before he started the cameras rolling.
Couple of bumps gives speed bumps a whole new meaning. Oh man, what else? What else is going on? Like, I feel like there's so much to talk about, and then whenever we start the show, I'm just like, I forget.
I mean, I did watch the season premiere of Yellow Jackets. I forget if we talked about that.
Nope, we didn't. I think you posted about it online, though. You dug it?
Yeah, I responded to our friend Wiley is a fan, and I think actually I had a little communication with even Coop. I'm like, Coop, bro, you gotta.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. I think that's where I saw you.
Yeah. Super killer. Watch that show. That's my current badass show.
Badass show? What's badass about it? Not that I question it, but
it's so much. I mean, you got badass chicks doing badass shit. You know what I mean?
Badass chicks doing badass shit.
Oh yeah, man. These women are fucking harsh, brother. And they go in. And I love, and even like the few times I've written something that no one will ever see, I love like flashback. I love modern day storytelling and flashback storytelling. I think it's I just am a huge mark for that. And this does it in spades, where you get the, past 20-year characters and their modern day equivalents. And I love how the modern day equivalents are bringing people in from all various genres. And I can't wait for what this new season brings. And MZ, seriously, bro, like you would dig this a lot. Yeah, so I am, I can be a Soprano, Sons of Anarchy, Wire, Animal Kingdom, Rescue Me guy. Yellow Jackets fits in with like badass shows, and this is the harshest show going on right now, for my money.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. I've heard a lot of good things. I have a few other shows I want to catch up on, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I can't remember her name now. I know one of the characters in Book of Boba Fett was in Yellow Jackets.
Yes, I think Marion said that too.
Yeah, she was one of the mod kids.
Yeah, and I haven't. You know what? I haven't watched any. Sorry, MZ. I haven't watched any Mandalorian yet.
Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna say too much about it anyway. So
I want to. Are you digging it, Wolfie? Without going in super detail.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got messaged by Bing on Skype. It's like, you can use me as like AI, blah 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 blah, and it just kept fucking spamming me. So I reported it as spam, even though it's Microsoft's own fucking thing. You can hear me talk about it for almost 3 hours on Force Insensitive if anyone wants. We've been talking about the new episodes of The Mandalorian as they drop, the day they drop, and then we put that out later that night. So check out Force Insensitive if you want to hear me and some other folks talk about the live action Star Wars shows. But I'm digging it a lot. It's got try to say something without saying too much. It's been an interesting season, I'll say that. There's it's been a little unexpected in the way that they've done things, and I feel like they're slow rolling out a story. So I feel like it still hasn't come to fruition yet, But yeah, no, it's real good.
Cool.
So I think how far did you see? You saw season 1 and did you see 2? Raven
Oh
Shadow?
yeah, yeah. I'm fully
Okay,
caught
okay.
up to the current season.
I can't remember. Did you watch Book of Boba Fett?
Yep. I'm fully caught up
Okay.
on and I really enjoyed that. I know there are some people who's a weird. I mean, like what you like, hate what you hate. I guess you got to do that, but I really enjoyed Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bib Fortuna. There you go.
Buffalo Bill.
Oh, wait. Are you a real Jedi? Oh.
Oh,
But-
wait. Do you have a lot of midichlorians?
Oh, wait. Are you a big fat rancor?
Oh, I ask because it was a weird choice. So if folks want to watch Mandalorian season 3 and you haven't seen Book of Boba Fett, you gotta see Book of Boba Fett because it gives you a lot of it's so there's a cliffhanger of sorts at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, and at the beginning of season 3, the cliffhanger is basically has already been resolved. So it's like if you went from season 2 to season 3 without watching Book of Boba Fett, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? What did I miss? And yes, you would have missed something, so you have to watch Book of Boba Fett if you want to see.
And that's very similar too, and we'll get off this soon, MZ. But for the Netflix Marvel shows, like if you're a fan of the Daredevil show, you have to watch the Defender show because that essentially is the third season that leads you to the third season of Daredevil, where it was mostly a Daredevil and his amazing friends, so to speak. So I get that. But
yeah,
no,
I think it's a weird choice, honestly. Like, even though it's Star Wars and I love it, I'm going to watch all of it, and they probably assume that most people will. But for someone who maybe they unsubscribe to the series or to the subscription for Disney Plus, like after season 2 dropped and we're waiting till season 3 came out, and they never watched Book of Boba Fett, then they'd be like, "What the fuck?" So it was a choice. It's a weird choice, but I think they're just banking on the fact that people are going to watch everything that's Star Wars related.
Right.
So, all right. Well, enough Star Wars, MZ. That's more than enough for a month. I know you're.
Yeah, you got your own program for
I
this
know.
one.
I know. Oh, one thing is here. This is for you, MZ. This is a little horror related thing. Let me see. I posted a link to it. I'm just gonna find it. Yeah, here it is. So. Saw on Bloody Disgusting today that Fangoria will be doing a live action feature film of Junji Ito's Bloodsucking Darkness. I'm not all that familiar with Junji Ito, but are either you guys familiar with his work?
Is he a manga artist?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, yeah. Weird like thing, spider fucking shit, right?
Yeah. I just want to see which ones he's done to see if there's anything. Let's see. So his themes, it says his work consists of many subgenres of horror, mainly being host to the subgenres of body horror and cosmic horror. Much of his work is based solely in them, with other themes including a relationship of predator to prey, loss of humanity, and obsession being common. So it goes on, but I'm not going to read everything. But Uzumaki, that's like the big one, I think.
Uzumaki, yeah.
Yep. That's like his, if I'm not mistaken, that might be his big breakthrough. And
Spiral is the American title.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So he has had a lot that has been developed into like films, TV, and also video games, I believe. I'm trying to see which ones here. But yeah, he's been. I'm actually not very familiar with his work, so I can't really speak to it. But I know a lot of people are really excited about it. But yeah. So Junji Ito's Bloodsucking Darkness is getting a live action feature film from Fangoria Studios. So kind of cool. I wouldn't I'd definitely be interested in checking that out. I'm interested in checking out some of his work as well, because I know a lot of folks that I respect their opinions of really enjoy his work. So yeah, Uzumaki was the big one though. And let's see. Yeah, I don't recognize any of the others personally, but yeah. So that's kind of cool. I saw that earlier. Thought some folks might be interested in that.
What do you guys think about the Lion Girl trailer?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you watch it, Raven Shadow?
As we said in the chat, like I so much want to, but I just love going into Corando Pictures blind. Like I'm already sold. Like my ticket's already bought. But
yeah,
like,
but to be honest, I mean, I watched the teaser, and there's really nothing that's shown that gives anything away.
really,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't know, but I would agree that I don't know. I don't think there's any. You know, you do you want. You know, like I personally don't mind watching trailers, but I do. You know, they increasingly give more and more away. You know, MZ's been spouting this for years now. If you guys remember his breaking news.
Yeah, and I was laughed at because of it. Who's laughing now?
Oh, we're still laughing at you.
No.
Don't worry.
No. You have no right to laugh at me. I was right, and you guys couldn't stand it.
What? Couldn't stand it.
Yeah. I told you trailers give too much away, and you guys scoffed at the idea.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I think the way you presented it as breaking news, like, you know.
No. You presented it as breaking news. I did.
Well, I got the idea from you.
Oh.
I learned it by watching you.
you know the news. Water is wet.
Yeah. There's another movie. We may eventually do this, but there's a movie called Malum or Malum. I don't know how you pronounce it. And apparently it's an expanded reimagining of the 2014 horror movie Last Shift. Did you see that, MZ? I can't remember.
There was, I don't know, Last Shift?
Last Shift, yeah. We almost did it on the show, but we didn't end up doing it. I couldn't remember if you had seen it.
Malum. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, Malum.
Yeah.
Anyways, it looks cool. It's hitting theaters, select theaters tomorrow, actually. So I don't know when it's hitting VOD, but that.
This is the plot summary to it. It says.
Oh no! They give too much away. Breaking news. No, just kidding.
Let's play the trailer. No, you can't do that either.
Go ahead.
Rookie police officer willingly takes the last shift at a newly decommissioned police station in an attempt to uncover the mysterious connection between her father's death and a vicious cult. Cool.
Yeah, could be cool. I mean, it's a basic premise, but, you know, really depends on what they do with it. So
yeah, I'm down with it.
Let's see if there's anything.
Directed by Anthony DiBiase. the $1 million director.
Yeah.
Every movie has a price.
Yeah. Well, it does actually, Raven Shadow. Every movie does have a price. You're right.
Yeah.
I thought
too high a price.
My dad looked just like Ted DiBiase back in the day. And currently.
Yeah. Now the FBI likes Ted DiBiase.
Shut up in your face. Shut up in your face. FBI. Not the full-blooded Italians.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss little Guido.
He's not dead.
Well, no,
Tracy Smothers is dead.
Speaking of trailers, have you guys seen? I don't care if I see like too much of this movie, but have you guys seen the new trailer for Renfield?
oh,
Yes,
It looks pretty outrageous.
it looks great. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, just to see Nick Cage back on the big screen again just fills my heart with so much joy.
So it's hitting theaters April 14th. So I wonder if it's going to be one of those deals where it hits VOD soon after. It's Universal's releasing it, so I don't know like what their sort of release schedule is for VOD stuff.
I hope this is the Iron Man. This is the new kickoff of the Universal Cinematic Universe. I want Nicolas Cage as Drac to be the Sam Jacks of that, and him to, I don't know. I want that. But we're doing it, right? We're doing it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we kind of have to.
We kind of have to.
Renfield, fetch me my ass cane.
That's my ass cane.
First of all, it's Renfield, and second of all, it's a Nick Cage film. I mean, that combination alone seals it as a film that we have to review.
Yeah.
Because I think we've done every Nick Cage picture from a certain.
No, we haven't. We haven't done the overbearing weight of talent.
Spouts.
Yeah. Or Pig.
Something like that. Yeah, we didn't do Pig. I mean, he's puts out a lot, so I mean, I don't know if we could actually keep up.
But this is like his first studio movie, you know. I mean, in how long? A decade, about, if not more.
I can't recall his last studio. I mean, was it a National Treasure? Maybe.
Yeah, it could have been. Could have been.
Then he had his Taken knockoff, which was like Shaken.
Yeah.
Like it was like, I'm a dude who knows a lot of stuff about things. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. Like he was like, essentially, it was beat for beat Taken. But that was fun.
Yeah, I'm looking. Well, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, I think, was I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was a major studio, but that was a theatrical release. I'm checking to see what studio put that out, if I can tell.
It was fun.
Yeah, but with the way the TV spots for them were released, it almost seemed like that was like a limited release. You know, like maybe a week's engagement or a 2-week engagement.
It was Lionsgate.
Lionsgate, yeah.
I mean, that could be argued that is a. I mean, they've been putting out big films for a while, but it's not one of the major sort of, big 3 or 4, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that might be the closest thing. I mean, besides that, we did a bunch. We did Willy's Wonderland. We did Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Mandy. Mom and
Color Out of Space. Yeah, Mandy. Mom and Dad.
Oh, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, he's had a lot more. There's tons that we haven't done.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it could be the first big studio project he's done in a while. Yeah. How old is he now? He was born in 1964, so he is. What does that make him?
58.
58. Yep. Still looks pretty good. I mean, 58's not that old, but
he's got plenty of years left in him.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't get attacked by a cocaine bear. Renfield, fetch me my ass cane.
Renfield, fetch my
cocaine.
Renfield, fetch me my cocaine.
Fetch my 8-ball.
Fetch my 8-ball.
Renfield, fetch me my cocaine.
That's awesome. I would just, if I would just be, I don't know.
What, if you had a servant that fetched you cocaine?
Yeah.
It's funny? Cocaine. No, what's funny is cocaine now is it's had like its moment out of the spotlight for long enough that I feel like it's like okay to like joke about it. Not that it was ever not okay, but like you might not have been sure if somebody was doing it in the 80s or whatever,
Well, I think you were really sure when they were like they doing it in front of you, or they're fucking like I'm insane. Like, I mean, in the parlance of our times, watch any Donald Trump Jr. video.
Jesus, yeah.
Involves a lot of
Right.
or like you can kind of tell when someone's on fucking Periquito, or Yayo.
Paquito? What are you talking about?
That's just terms. I talk
Are these
street.
things that that no one else knows?
No, people on the street know. But
People on the street.
Yeah. It's just it's a stupid drug. It's a stupid drug. It's too expensive. It's like golf. You know what I mean? You go skiing, you can go broke in that kind of hobby. It'll never be better than your first time, but if you got some and it's free.
Jesus Christ. All right, let me catch up on the chat room here. I forgot to check. Marin says Sophie Thatcher. That was the actress in Book of Boba Fett. Yep. That is her, and she posted a picture of her from Book of Boba and also from Yellow Jackets. So thanks for that, Marion. And let's see. Corny pops in. What's up, you Corny?
Corny.
Creepy Girl. Creepy Girl says, hey, guys, here in pain, but here, my throat never-ending cycle of pain this week.
How's she doing? I saw the thing. Did she get the spider bite? Is she okay?
Oh, my God. If that's true, that sucks. But the only two people I know that have been bitten by spiders are MZ and Creepy Girl.
And Peter Parker.
Well, all right. Well, I don't know him, though.
A fictional character, but fair. Yeah.
You better warn her, MZ, about the caterpillar attacks. Let her know how they start so she can be, ready for them.
Look, she's got enough problems with spiders. Never mind about caterpillar attacks.
Is that what happened? Did she get bit by a spider?
That's what it seems like.
Oof.
But she, I spoke to her earlier, and she said she's feeling better. So, which is a good thing.
That's good. Yeah.
So,
well, hopefully, maybe she gets some radioactive powers out of it or something.
Yeah.
Spider.
Creepy Girl. Yeah. Don't hope it's not just a rash.
Just feed it some cocaine.
I don't know if spiders can. Do spiders have noses? They have lots of eyes. I don't know.
Well, apparently it works if you just eat it, right?
I wonder about that. That's what Mary and I talked about. I'm like, I don't know if that. I don't think it works the same way.
No. But
I
that used to be. It used to be in Coca-Cola.
Yeah. That's how it got.
But I don't think it was the same stimulation method. I don't know. I could be wrong. Because you could cops would in movies they would lick their finger and taste it.
Because movies are real.
Right. But I don't know. I don't know the ingestion method of eating it. I don't. I can't speak to.
Well, I'm gonna look it up. It's probably gonna get me on some list.
Yeah. If anybody out there who eats cocaine, please send us.
Tell me how it is.
The Spring Hill Recovery Center. Can you eat cocaine?
Yeah. Alexa.
Cocaine is eaten less often than it is used via other methods, but is still one of the primary methods of ingestion. This way of using cocaine results in a milder cocaine high, and it takes longer to feel the effects. So there you go, Raven Chow. So it's not as effective, and it's a milder high, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, because they did that gimmick in the Starsky and Hutch movie.
And that's probably why those kids in this movie didn't fucking explode.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love seeing kids do drugs.
You love seeing kids do cocaine?
Yeah, well, not when I'm around, but like, yeah. I don't want to be there.
Yeah,
But
it says eating cocaine doesn't happen regularly, but it is possible. The reason it isn't as common is that the effects of eating cocaine are lessened in comparison to other methods of cocaine ingestion. More commonly, cocaine is rubbed into the gums to be absorbed into the bloodstream. This is often done to test the purity of the drug. The more numb the gums, the higher quality. In either case, cocaine use in this manner is still just as dangerous as is the case with other methods of cocaine addiction.
what's the thing too? No one's gonna waste it. Like no one's gonna waste it on that. If you're gonna do it, you want to get your money's worth. It's just a reality. It's just I didn't invent it, but like you gotta, you know what I mean? Like
Unless you happen to be in the woods in Georgia around 1985, in which you can just find, kilos and kilos and kilos of the shit all over the place.
well, yeah.
And you can spare it enough where you can try different methods of ingestion.
But sometimes direct to consumer is kind of the way to go. Like you want to just get that 0 to 60.
So somehow, so it says snorting or injecting cocaine, it enters the bloodstream almost immediately and so can travel to the brain much faster to produce euphoria.
Yeah. And you can also smoke it too. You can put it.
How does snorting it though? Is it because of the thin membrane in your nose? Is that I guess I don't understand the biology of it.
I guess I don't know how membranes work, but I think it's a direct line to your brain, right? It's like an elevator to your mind's eye.
Christ.
Where it's kind of like a reverse bat pole where you slide down.
Reverse bat pole.
You go up.
That sounds
like a sex.
I know. I was just gonna say
the reverse bat pole.
But you would slide down the bat pole with your costume on, ready to hop in the car. But with
was that in Bat Pussy, MZ the reverse bat pole?
There's some weird positions going on in that movie, but the reverse bat pole I do not think is one of them.
Reverse bat pole.
If you were pulling this time,
Jesus. All right. Well, I think maybe that's a good segue into ending this whole intro, so we can get into the movie discussion. So, all right. If you guys want to help support the show, there's a few ways you can do so. Head on over to patreon.trickortreatradio.com. And there you can help support the show through Patreon for as little as, $2 a month? Really? Am I reading that right? $2 a month? That's insane. But you can help support for as little as $2 a month. And it goes up from there. You can get your own Patreon takeover if you want to get in the highest tier, or if you just want to hear the Patreon exclusive episodes, then you just get in that $2 tier. And, help yourself to some content. And then you can see yourself out when you're done, right? Like Carlito says.
For real, man. And we get it. It's 2023. Cocaine and prices are high. But no, for real though, I get it. I had 4 fucking MRIs a couple weeks ago. But you can also go on your what do you call it? Your podcatchers and leave reviews. You know what I mean? 4 or 5 stars, ideally 5 stars.
Ideally,
but it cuts because it was static. And we've been doing this for 10 plus years. I mean, we should at least make us higher than Topher Grace's podcast.
We should be higher than his at least, right?
Right? At least
Topher Grace has a podcast?
I'm sure.
Everyone does. Everyone has a fucking podcast.
Yeah, but what the hell could he be talking about? How shitty his life was doing that 70s show?
Oh, what, he was in that Spider-Man movie, right?
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Was he Eddie Brock?
He was the skinniest Eddie Brock. Like I'm more of a built Eddie Brock. I'm a better Venom.
Oh shit. All right. So head on over to Patreon, patreon.trickortreatradio.com, and you can help support for as little as $2 a month. The other ways you can support, there is an Amazon logo located on trickortreatradio.com. You scroll down, you look for the logo, you click it. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. Everything you purchase in that session will get attributed to us. Doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
Buzz Would helps buy more cocaine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Keep the lights on. Keep the lights on. We're doing a lot of drug talk this week. We don't advocate, advocate or support it.
Oh shit. So there you go. The final way to support is also on trickortreatradio.com. Scroll to store. Right there, you can go ahead, click on the store, and then we got some digital goods. We got the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio, volumes 1 through 3. You know the spiel. I'm not going to give it all to you. Just give it a look. Hear some highlights of the old days of Trick or Treat Radio. You can check those out. All right, Michael Raven Shadow. I am dying to know. Who's that, MZ?
This is Boo.
Boo. What's up, Boo? What's up, Boo? Boo's cute. How many cats do you have again? 20?
7.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, almost. You're close.
Close.
All right, Raven Shadow. So I am dying to know. You get like a fresh bump. You know, you put it on the mirror. Right next to an Uncrustable and some Motsy Watsy sticks. Like, in what order do you do that? Or what do you do to prepare to watch Cocaine Bear?
To be fair, though, even Motsy Watsy sticks and Uncrustable, if you're doing that, you don't want to eat it all. But I am hesitant. But I did have a real. I think I had some divine influence the other day, Johnny. I was in the shower.
Okay. I like how it's starting already.
Yeah. The water was hot. I was washing my hair, and even with the short hair, I still do the separate shampoo and conditioner.
You gotta.
You got it right. You got it right. MZ knows. But like those people who are like mostly down south. Just saying, I gave it away their record, but like who will like make toast. And they'll be like Jesus Christo or Jesus Christ on their toast. They'll make an appearance, and they'll call a press conference. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
How they're, are you saying sure? Are you
yeah, I'm saying sure.
No, but like you guys know,
I'm playing along.
But like it's like, oh, Jesus is on my toast, and they do a press conference. Right? Am I just making this up?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like you find Elvis on a potato chip or something.
Right. Exactly.
Elvis.
Exactly. I got fucking Elvis on my fucking waffle fries. What the fuck? So I'm in the shower, and there was literally on my shower curtain a vagine.
A vagine.
A vagina.
Vagina.
So like, yeah, I wiped the fucking. I'm like, oh my god! It was like clearly. I don't know if it was like the folds of the shower curtain, but it was like clear a fucking vagina. And I gotta be honest, at 46, I was memorized and confused. I didn't know
and a little aroused.
I know, but I was like, I kind of like poked it a minute. I'm like, that's crazy.
Look, I see Robert Zadar on my catcher's mitt.
Yeah, I didn't have my phone with me, and I really don't have my phone in the shower. So I couldn't get a picture of it, but yeah, I have a vagine in my shower curtain right now.
Put that up on the
Take
site.
a picture.
It will get in trouble. I think it will get in
You
trouble.
won't.
It'll get banned on Facebook.
Yeah.
How can you get banned on Facebook?
Sexual content.
Yeah. It's like weird. Like how you see those like trees? How there's like earth porn? Like sometimes like trees.
Yeah.
Earth porn.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? It's on the internet and it's not taken down. So why don't you do the same?
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow morning on the shower, I'll put the picture.
It might be gone by then.
Oh, fuck. I better check it out. I should take a picture. So you better believe. Take the shower a little bit long.
And
strapped on.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
we have action.
horror.
An adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast,
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
a podcast for the barbarian at heart.
Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
This is Chocolate Beast. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, but you should be eating nougat.
all right, we are back on Trick or Treat Radio. And it is that time. We're going to talk about Cocaine Bear. And let's see here. Cocaine Bear from 2023 is rated R. It is 95 minutes. It is a comedy thriller. It is directed by Elizabeth Banks, and it is written by Jimmy Warden. And the film stars Kerry Russell, Alden Ehrenreich, O'Shea Jackson. Oh, I think I did that last time. That's a surprisingly weird name to say. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ray Liotta, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., Brooklyn Prince, Christian Convery. Let's see, Margot Martindale. And we'll stop there. There's a bunch more folks. But the Synopsis: an oddball group of cops, criminals, tourists, and teens converge on a Georgia forest where a huge black bear goes on a murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. So, yeah, that's just a normal thing that happens.
Of course.
Do
Of course it does.
Do you know, MZ? Do you know the story, the actual like true events? Are you like familiar with them?
Not until
You're like, I live them, man.
not until I got word of the movie that was being made. That I started looking into the story and all this other stuff. But before then, during the time, no.
All right, but
85, I was 13, 14 years old.
Well, yeah. But I'm wondering how much of the real life story is in this movie.
Well, the guy did fall out of a plane.
Yeah.
Apparently his chute didn't open or whatever, and that all that happened. The cocaine spilled out all in the woods somewhere in Georgia, and a bear got a hold of it. That much is true. Everything else after that in the movie, as far as it goes, is I'm sure pure story.
Rachel, you had your hand up.
I have the actual article in front of me of the story.
Well, are you going to read the article, or do you know?
Well, I know I'm going to read the actual article.
I don't want you to read the article.
It's literally it's just lines. It's like a paragraph.
Lines. That's appropriate for a cocaine bear.
That's a callback.
Lines, bumps. Go ahead.
The line is cocaine and a dead bear.
Oh, it died? It's a sad story. I don't want to hear this.
A reading from Michael Ravenshadow. Blue Ridge. What's GA?
Georgia. Wow.
Should it be E? I don't know. Cocaine or dead bear. Blue Ridge, Georgia, December 22. A 170-pound black bear apparently died of an overdose of cocaine after discovering a batch of the drug. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said today the cocaine was apparently dropped from a plane.
Is it possible for you to read and actually talk into the mic?
Shit.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Blue Ridge, Georgia,
Better.
December 2nd. 175-pound black bear apparently died of an overdose of cocaine after discovering a batch of the drug. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is kind of funny to me, said today the cocaine was apparently dropped from a plane piloted by Andrew Thornton, a convicted drug smuggler who died September 11th in Knoxville, Tennessee, because he was carrying too heavy a load while parachuting. So it said, in December of 85, the Georgia Bureau announced that the bear died of an overdose, according to a 3-sentence item of the United Press International that appeared in the New York Times. Yeah, so that was it. That was the based on a true story.
Man, why'd the bear have to die?
Well, it's probably a lot of coke. It does affect your heart. And once again, we've made a lot of jokes tonight, and we'll probably make some more. Don't do cocaine. There are better drugs for you than that. And you don't go to hang out.
It is natural, though.
There's nothing natural about cocaine. There's nothing. And it's not natural when they cut it with fucking baby laxative and you got to poop.
When they cut it with baby laxative?
Yeah.
You sound like a man who speaks from experience.
I'm not saying I can count on...
Mistakes were made.
Saying that if things were done, it makes you, ooh, that's awesome. I feel like I take on the empire myself. Now I got to poop.
Now I got to poop.
Now I gotta poop. But yeah, which is good to do in the bathroom a lot most times. But yeah, don't. There are better drugs for you. But yeah, that was legit the article that Marion sent me today.
All right. So we talked a little bit last week about Elizabeth Banks, and let me just look at her filmography because she has gone on to just direct now, right? Like she's no longer acting. Is that true? Oh no, she is still acting. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So she's in that show Modern Family. I've actually never seen it, but
Oh, it's great. Modern Family's really fun.
Modern Family was very funny.
oh, okay. Oh, she was in that movie Brightburn.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
and it looks like she's gonna be in The Boys. It says uncredited. I don't know what. But anyways, yeah. So she's still acting. But she is becoming more of a director because she did. Let's see here. She did a segment in movie 43. Anyone remember that?
That movie was really fucking funny.
Really?
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it in years.
I would say some of the segments are funny.
Okay, I remember the was there a bit with a lot of ears of some kind of.
You're probably thinking of Hugh Jackman with the balls on his neck, right?
Okay, yeah. As I often do.
Yeah, you think of Hugh Jackman with balls on his neck.
Yes,
or
neck.
chin. I can't remember if it was neck or chin, but
Yeah, with Halle Berry, I think.
yeah. So there you go. Raven Shadow thinks about that all the time.
Maybe it wasn't good, but I thought it was funny 10 years ago.
Well, if you're on cocaine, it probably is. But she did that, and then I guess she went on to direct Pitch Perfect 2, and then Charlie's Angels in 2019, and then Cocaine Bear. So there you have it, Elizabeth Banks. But MZ, you talked about how Wet Hot American Summer we brought up, and one thing about the opening of this is it opens with the song Jane by okay, I couldn't remember if it was Starship or Jefferson Airplane or Jefferson Starship or which version of it was, but yeah, it opens up with that song, which was featured in Wet Hot American Summer, right?
Yeah, and here's a little further bit with that. It's the same cut. She used the same exact cut of Jane as was used in Wet Hot American Summer. Because if you listen to the actual song Jane, it doesn't go the way it goes, the way you hear it in Wet Hot American Summer and in Cocaine Bear. It's different than that. So she used the same cut as in Wet Hot American Summer. And Wet Hot American Summer is where she started her whole film career.
Yeah,
that was her debut. Was that film Wet Hot American Summer?
And was she in the Netflix show that they did?
Yeah. Oh, they got everybody back on that Netflix show, both of them, because there were two different Netflix shows.
Oh, right,
of Wet Hot American
yeah,
Summer.
that's right.
And everybody came back for both of them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, but now she's directing, doing a little more of that, and this is a really interesting project. I will say, like, just the fact that it exists is kind of like ridiculous and crazy that it actually even exists. But I feel like it's, you know what? Like, I feel like after the shit that we went through with the pandemic, like, I feel like this is the kind of movie that we need, like, once in a while. Like, just a fun, mindless movie that is ridiculous, a ridiculous concept. You know, it just seems like that kind of thing, right? Like, we kind of need that after the last fucking 3 years we've been through, you know?
110%. And can I just say one thing? Like by the title, and I get it, probably the press that it's getting, it makes someone think maybe of like Sharknado or something. And it is an absurd premise. But I don't think the characters or the writing were, is this the right word, in on the joke. Or I think that they treated it, the characters interacted realistically for the shit they were encountering. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, which I think that's how it should be. You know, like I think that's the way to do it for sure.
Like it wasn't just like, oh, that's Crazy Cocaine Bear. That's what he does. You know, what they do. I loved the way that it brought the characters together. And this is a fucking great cast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for real. This is a really good fucking cast.
I will add, I agree. I think it's a cool cast. And it's funny, I actually chose this video background tonight because in honor of Alden Ehrenreich, you know, playing Han Solo in the Solo film. And I don't think I've seen him in anything else but Solo. So I actually thought he was kind of fucking awesome in this.
He was unrecognizable, and I probably wouldn't know if it was him. And I forget if it was El Goro on Talk Without Rhythm or if it was Rachel on Zombie Girls. That I'm like, when they mentioned this, and maybe in passing, like, really? And the kid was good in this. And I like Solo. I truly
me too.
enjoy
It's good.
And is not deserving the fan, in my opinion, is not deserving of the fan.
Well,
you know,
it's been mixed. I mean, there are people who really enjoy it, and then there's people who don't. You know, but I think it's more people enjoy it than people who enjoy The Last Jedi, probably.
Right. It's not a perfect film, but it's overall. My only criticism is the whole line, "What's your name?"
Oh yeah, I think everyone had a problem with that.
That's the Greedo shooting first type line. But other than that, I thought the kid was fine. And it sucks to play young Harrison Ford in anything, but whatever.
You know from experience?
Well, I pretend I'm Indian.
So yeah, I did like Alden Ehrenreich. O'Shea Jackson Jr. I thought was a lot of fun in this, especially that scene in the bathroom. That scene fucking had me rolling. And just I actually really like the dynamic between them too. Like it was like a good buddy like movie, and I'd actually wish we had more of them two together. You know?
Oh my God, you get Solo and Ice Cube's baby Cube in a movie. Like and that's a joke.
I just said their names.
I know, but I have, you know, I'm on cocaine, John. No, I can't afford that. But no, he was great in the NWA, you know, picture. Like he looks like his dad, and he's great.
Yeah,
they were a great buddy, drug dealing muscle duo.
Well, I think the thing I liked most about it is Alden Ehrenreich's character of Eddie. Like, he was not your typical, like, drug runner or, you know, whatever, like, son of a drug lord or whatever you want to call it. Like, I like that he was, like, actually sensitive and, like, crying, and it just played against type, and I thought that was actually a really smart choice.
And
yeah, go ahead.
The choices that were made, like, whether it was the actors or the direction, and maybe it probably, I can only assume it was the direction to get this cast on board with this, right? Because once again, very easily could have been Sharknado. You know, this could be which is fine for what it is. But you got some heavy hitters in this picture.
Yeah, it's also the final appearance of Ray Liotta on film.
Oh, Boyski. Yeah, and
I think this is the last thing he filmed, anyways.
Yeah.
I think it was.
This is his last project.
Well, actually, I see 3 others that are upcoming, but I don't know which one he filmed last.
Because he hadn't passed for like a year or 2, and he was in the Saints of Newark, the Sopranos TV movie on HBO Max, and may have a couple things in the pipeline. But like, he looked great in this. He looked svelte. In some past pictures, he was kind of putting some weight on. Well, fuck, it happens. But I thought he looked really good in this role, even with the bad hair and and bad clothing. Yeah, I think he looked great.
Yeah, and I think it utilized him well enough. Like, we didn't need to see a lot of him on screen. I think we got enough. Before we dive a little bit deeper into this, MZ, so you saw us in the theater, right?
Yeah.
What was there anything about that experience that is worth mentioning? Was it like were there a lot of other people in the theater, and if so, do you feel like other people were into it?
It was us and 4 other couples, and that was it. And
oh wow, okay.
It didn't feel like, there were times where I was laughing, and no one else was. It was weird. It was like, the crowd that was there, if you want to call it a crowd, that was there, just didn't feel like they were into it. It's like you're in watching a movie, Cocaine Bear. What exactly were you expecting? But there were scenes in this movie that I was laughing, just roaring with laughter.
Yeah.
And everyone else was just there, just sitting there talking to each other,
I think it could be just the mindset you go in. Like, if you go into a movie named Cocaine Bear, I think you have to be ready for anything. If people are looking at this as, oh, that was totally unrealistic, you have to kind of check your expectations at the door. Like, yes, it's based on real events or true events, but like, they're gonna embellish, they're gonna have fun with it, and you get that definitely from watching the trailer or even just the fucking name of it, right? Like, what you're getting into.
Yeah.
But even down to based on true events, talking with Marion, like, what? Texas Chainsaw, Psycho, would Silence of the Lambs fit that category? All the ones based on fish, right? MZ?
Ed Gein.
I'm sorry, Ed Gein. Who's Albert Fish? Yeah, right, Ed Gein. There was never a real fucking leather balls.
Leather balls.
Leather balls.
Oh.
But like, it's all Ed Gein. I'm sorry. Who is Albert Fish? Is he somebody?
Albert Fish was a grandfatherly old man. They called him the Gray Man, and he lured a 12-year-old girl named Grace Budd to an abandoned house where he killed her, chopped her up, and ate her meat. Then he sent a letter to her parents saying what he did to her.
All right, well, he sucks.
In the end, he was also a masochist. He had, like, if I remember correctly, maybe 29 needles in his scrotum. So he died, and he died. So he died in the electric chair back in 1936, I think. I want to say.
I'm glad you know that now, Raven Channel.
No, I guess I guess I'll just be up all night then, like Ron DeShear.
All night, yeah.
Yeah, but no, but Albert, Ed Gein, Ed Gein. So like
Albert Finney.
Albert Finney.
Just kidding.
I'm mad as hell. Was that him? Is that him?
I forget. I don't know.
Just continue with your story.
No, it just sucks. But yeah, but like based on a true story is you could there's margin for error there. So like I read probably poorly.
And they say it's inspired by true events, just to be fair. That's what it says on the poster. Inspired by true events.
But there's a story there, and that's what would happen. And that's the picture.
Yes, that's the picture. We have a bear doing cocaine. All right, so.
But okay.
Yep. I mean, you can continue if you want.
No, you. I want you to go.
All right. So I think coming in with proper expectations is really important with this. It's fucking called Cocaine Bear. All right. So, and the poster is a bear roaring with cocaine. Like it's almost like Jennifer Beals. Jennifer Beals, is that? Yeah, for Flashdance, right? It's almost like that scene where the water's like dumping on her. Like,
right. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Like,
yeah, except it's like cocaine on the bear. So I mean, you got to adjust your expectations coming in. But I just based on the trailer, because I did watch a trailer for this, I just was expecting something ridiculous and something fun. And I think what I got was something that had a little bit more heart than I anticipated.
yes.
Not that it had a ton, but it had, at its core, it had some heart there. And you actually were kind of rooting for some of the characters and rooting against others. And, I think that with an ensemble cast like this, it still did a pretty good job, because I actually wanted more, like I mentioned, of Eddie and David, O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Alden Ehrenreich. I wanted more of those characters, because I thought those characters were awesome. I loved their dynamic on screen. And, while I think the Kerry Russell story and the kids was necessary to sort of get everyone into this, into this situation, I feel like I could have maybe, I don't know, like I feel like I could have done a little less of that. Not to say it's a bad storyline, but I just wasn't as interested in that, because that, they're going to save the kids and everything's going to be okay. So, but I thought it was a little bit more interesting with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Alden Ehrenreich's characters. And I really liked the older cop, Isaiah Whitlock Jr.
He was very good.
Yeah.
He was good. Yeah. I liked him.
And I like a lot of the bit characters. Like, they did a good job with like those three kids from the bathroom. I thought all three of those kids were really well cast and really funny in their scenes. Like Vest, the guy who, the kid who goes into the Ranger's office and steals like the candy and shit. Like, I thought that character was awesome. And he's telling her about the perfume, oh, is that perfume?
And probably one of the breakout stars is the Forest Ranger sheriff woman.
Oh yeah. She was awesome. Ranger Liz, played by Margot Martindale.
Ranger Liz had the two scenes I popped the most for.
What were those?
There was a poorly aimed gunshot scene.
Yes. Okay. Through the door, the door.
The door not in the vehicle, but in the
in the Ranger's office.
The Ranger's office, and then there was one involving a gurney.
Yeah, that was painful.
The gurney scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boyski. I fucking wowza.
She was very, very good.
Yeah. And
she was excellent.
And I liked how sudden some of the violence was. Like it is kind of, it's kind of a silly movie at times, but also like all of a sudden, yes, you get that gurney scene. You're like, ooh, or the ambulance, the guy from the ambulance, not the one who's driving, but the guy, like what happens to him, and like a lot of that stuff I thought was really well done and really fun.
That whole ambulance sequence, I popped once again so much for.
It's
like,
great,
that,
yeah.
Oh, the revelation, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're watching the live feed, and then just oh, heaven.
Heavens to Bootsy.
Heavens to Bootsy.
Yeah, I think everybody played off each other really, really well, and I do agree to an extent with the with Kerry Russell and the kids. I think that not so much that the kids were put in there just for the younger audience to have something to root for.
I don't know if you have a younger audience for this movie, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think so either. At least not legitimately, anyway.
Right,
I mean,
because it is rated R.
Yeah, but it's not a hard R. I mean, there's a lot of language involved, and the violence, but there's nothing. It's all over the top to the point where it's comedic. It's not taken seriously. I mean, if anything, the only R-rated thing about this whole movie would probably be the cocaine itself, when you think about it.
Yeah.
That's fair, but I think it wasn't like necessarily the kids in Jurassic Park like to get self-serving. I think we saw some things with the kids who did things that we wouldn't see kids normally do.
What, like cocaine?
And they didn't do cocaine the right way.
Well, they should have hired you to show them.
Well, my experiments need more funding.
Here, kids, this is how it's done. Let me show you.
Let me show you. Yeah.
All right, now. Okay. All right, Raven Shadow, take 78. Okay, kids, now see, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Let's do it. I'll be like Christian Bale. Let's do it again. Why is he in my shot? The fuck? What the fuck's he doing? But like, I wasn't entirely convinced the kids were gonna make it out of this one, just because, like, all right, they're doing coke in their own way.
In their own way.
like that one kid, the blonde-haired kid, reminded me of like one of the Bad News Bears from the original.
Oh yeah,
he was like he like Tanner Boyle.
Tanner, right. Thank you, brother.
He was raunchy, huh?
I love that. I want to hang with him. Come over.
Yeah, but at the same time, he was when I talked about last week about how cringy the dialogue was, it all laid on him. That some of the stuff that he had to say was just too, really, we could certainly live without it,
I mean, I thought it was fun. I don't know, like, I don't know if I mean, obviously, it's just a matter of opinion. I thought that his dialogue was fun. I thought it was kind of like, you guys remember we did Kids versus Aliens and how fucking vulgar they were. Like, that just made me laugh. Like, that was fun. And
no, that's different. That's different. But come on, I mean, he's coming out with I think you could say it's his big go-to line where he was like, "My name's Henry and I'm fucking tired," and it's like, oh God, really? Did he have?
I didn't think it was cringe.
I thought that was just. Ew.
Well, who does that sound like?
I'm Monster Zero and I'm tired. Ugh. He's not wrong, MZ. He's not wrong.
Truth be told, I am tired.
So it was completely accurate, and you didn't even realize.
Oh, shut up. But there was some really funny moments in this. Like, you would first of all, you would never guess that was Jesse Tyler Ferguson underneath that wig and mustache, because it looks nothing like him. He totally changed his appearance with that look.
I don't even know who that is.
He's from Modern Family.
Oh, okay.
And there's this one scene after the bear attacks the forest ranger, and she's limping away.
Oh, he played the love interest of
Right.
Ranger Liz. Okay, gotcha.
Right. And where the ranger has been attacked by the bear, and she's limping away trying to get help.
Yeah.
And there's this just a really funny. I found it to be funny anyway, where it's a treetop scene where you could see her limping away, and as she's limping away, it's a quick shot, and she's limping away, and you could hear "motherfucker." I just died from that. Oh, it's just it. You have to see the scene in order to know what I'm talking about, because it's just so the way that it was just edited and put together. I mean, just normally if she's saying "motherfucker," it's okay. Yeah, it's it's okay, but there's no real punchline to it. But the fact that it was a quick shot and she was limping away from the camera from an aerial shot, it just came across to me as being hysterically funny.
Yeah.
And the ambulance chase scene was fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
The slow-mo fucking leap by the bear was just like chef's kiss.
Right?
French kiss.
The French chef's kiss.
There you go.
Yeah. And
but I think the guy who played the pilot, the original smuggler, I believe he was in the show Americans as the husband of also Noxzema, Carrie Russell. They're both Americans alumni, I believe. And Carrie Russell was fantastic in this, and definitely a smoke show. Like, she looked great. Like,
Matthew Rees, I think, is the character you're talking about. He was in The Americans.
Yeah, I think he was the husband of her character, the other Russian dude. Which I would love to revisit that show. I only watched probably 3 or 4 episodes before things went in certain different direction in my life. But yeah, he was cool.
He was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool.
I thought the drug smugglers, the duo themselves, I thought they played each other off really well. They were the highlight of the film for me, as far as I'm concerned. They had great chemistry together. They knew their, the pacing of when they were telling their lines. I think they just gelled really, really well. Like you were saying, Raven Shadow, I would love to see these two do another film together, regardless of what it is. Maybe some kind of a buddy film or something.
Imagine seeing them go like head to head against what were the names? Lemon and from Bullet Train, Raven Shadow, Lemon.
Oh shit! Oh
and what was the other guy's name? Mango or something like that, or
yeah, fucking the Train Boys.
Yeah,
the fucking that crew. Yeah, no, I think they would be killer.
I don't know why I just thought of those. They remind me a little bit of each other. Oh, Tangerine and Lemon. That was it.
Tangerine and Lemon.
Did you see that, by the way, MZ? You didn't do it with us, I don't think.
No.
Bullet Train? I think you'd like it.
Yeah, bro. You'd like that.
I think you'd like it.
Isn't that like a Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes joint?
No, not this one.
That's Money Train.
Oh, okay.
This was directed by David Leitch, who worked on he was the director of John Wick and Atomic Blonde, and but yeah, it's actually it's a pretty good action flick. Who Michael Shannon's in it. I won't say everyone, but yeah.
Yeah, Brad Pitt, like so good. You would like that. It's
I think you would like it. It's not the kind of thing you would probably reach for, but I think you'd like it.
It's not The Night Comes From Us, but it's
like a comedy action version of like that. but not as violent or bloody.
But I think, well, though, there's so many disparate characters in this that all their reasons for being in this fucking position make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
You know, and I feel they're all fleshed out. Like, this wasn't, and I'm going back to it, this is not Sharknado. This is, how did you get someone to be in Guardians of the Galaxy with a fucking talking raccoon that's a swashbuckler and a talking tree person? Okay, what's you really getting to? And I think there's some great characters here that were in a different movie, and this movie happened to a bear on cocaine showed up.
Right.
Them up.
Yeah, it's almost like, I mean, you're kind of right. It's almost, to me, it's almost like we have these different, like, characters from, like, different movies that just converge on this one crazy story thread. You know, so it's like you have, like, almost like a buddy, obviously I wouldn't call them a buddy cop movie, but you have the drug runners who are, like, you know, buddies, and you have the family story, and you have the ones that are hiking in the woods. You got the story about Ranger Liz and the guy she's trying to get with, and you know, and the cop, the older cop who he has a dog that he doesn't feel like is the right fit for him, you know, and what he tries to do there, like just these little things. It's almost like these side stories from like other movies, but they're all put into this other film, and the connective tissue is a cocaine-eating bear, you know?
Right. It's almost like a crossover happened. Like, this is their end game.
Yeah.
This is their
cocaine end game.
Although you got to say, it does feel a little disjointed from time to time. Like, we don't see, you know, the first time that we get to see the bear is already hopped up on coke, right? So we don't get to see the bear doing any cocaine, at least initially.
MZ wants to see the bear do a fucking pull on a huge ass bump.
Like, how did the bear get the dollar to roll it up?
Where'd the bear find that mirror and the fucking what do they use to cut it?
Credit card.
Credit card.
Yeah. I used my Avengers card back in the day. But like, you know, I didn't do that. Someone else did. But no, like, yeah, like, where'd the tire come from? And that we talked about years ago. I think the bear just did the cocaine. And I've never seen CGI cocaine before. That's outrageous.
CGI cocaine. I do CGI cocaine.
But I think it would have been, I think I would have liked to have seen the bear do the cocaine that initial time, you know, because if you notice that every time he does every time he has cocaine, or every time she has cocaine, she comes across as somewhat lovable and affable. Like the time when Ranger Liz opens the door and there's the bear just sitting there with its tongue hanging out, and also after it ingests the kilo of coke, it's just like rubbing its back on the grass, pushing himself forward, pushing herself forward, and everything like that. You know, it's so I you know, because of those cute little moments that you see with this otherwise terrifying, you know, 1,500-pound bear, you know, I really would have loved to have seen the initial reaction that this bear would have had with the cocaine. I just feel like it was a lost moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was filmed. But I think Elizabeth Banks wanted to keep this movie at around a 95-minute mark, and I think that even if that meant having to sacrifice a couple of scenes to do that, I could see her point, and maybe we'll get an unrated or a director's cut when it hits VOD or on Blu-ray. I would like.
It is on VOD. That's where we watch it.
Well, yeah. Well, all right.
But you mean like maybe like a home release, like a physical copy or something?
Yeah, I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. And I think that I would like to see that. You know, I would like.
Sorry, I had to play Dr. Roxo at some point. I wish the bear said that though.
Yeah.
Well, see, that could be in the unrated cut. I love the interaction that happened between the older cop and David and what's his name?
Eddie.
Eddie. I love the interaction between these guys, and how David ends up he gets shot, loses 2 fingers, but Eddie's like, how did you lose 2 fingers and they're not right next to each other? He loses the second and fourth digit. And it's like, how the hell did that happen? I mean, it's stupid little jokes like that just, it doesn't propel the story at all, but it just adds so much levity to already what most would think to be a rather serious situation. But Elizabeth Banks is able to inject these little bits of comedy and just make light of a serious situation. You know, there's a standoff going on at a gazebo and some guy gets 2 fingers blown off. Okay, yeah, that's pretty serious. But when you lose 2 fingers that are not next to each other,
yeah,
that makes it funny. It makes it funny, and you got to ask, how the hell did that happen? You know? It's those little bits of comedy that she injects into the script that you got to admire.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Like there are some little things like that really, you know, while a lot of this all sort of like makes sense in this world, there's still some like crazy silly things like that really just kind of embrace the ridiculousness of what's going on in it.
Yeah.
And I love the characters know it's absurd.
Yeah. Well,
Like, it's
actually, I mean, yes and no, because I feel like, kind of like MZ said, they're not really in on the joke per se, because they all like there's a lot of like gravity to what they're doing, you know, but there, it's one of those things that I feel like they're not necessarily in on the joke, but it's played seriously, but it's silly enough that it totally works.
Right. I mean, the regardless of the bear factor, there's a mother looking for children. Regardless of the bear factor, there are drug dealers, a drug henchman looking for their boss's drugs.
Right.
Which and is a major. You have to get that shit. Like, say what you want about Ray Liotta's character. Like, if he doesn't fucking get this, people close to him are gonna die. So they all had motivations for going to the eye of the storm.
Right.
So to speak. Like they had to go there for the world they're coming from. Now they all recognize, well, this is a bear on cocaine. That's fucking, but like, how many times have down to like, we've driven to North Adams in the middle of the night to find they were closed the one day of the week they're closed. That's fucking stupid.
North Adams? You mean Northampton?
Northampton, rather. I'm sorry. But like we've experienced things like, what the fuck? But like, I feel that the characters were real characters and fleshed out characters.
Yeah.
Which I think makes this movie work in a way that your parody or nonsense movie wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
This movie is referential too, you know, to movies like Jurassic Park or Aliens.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Aliens because of the mother factor. On 2 different counts, you got the mother looking for her daughter, got the mother looking for her daughter, and also you got the mama bear looking for her cubbies because she's got 2 cubbies,
Yep.
and she's on the search for them. So there's your aliens factor, and Jurassic Park. I think the Jurassic Park angle, which is kind of ironic considering that one of the production companies is a Jurassic something or other. I know the word Jurassic was in this somewhere. Would be with the ending. The ending is very Jurassic Parkish.
What'd you guys think of the CGI?
It was terrible. It was terrible, but considering the context and the content of this film, and the fact that it's just so over the top and so jokey and so ridiculous, but yet it happened to a certain point. The CGI is not it is allowable. It's bad. It is bad. You could tell the bear is not real. There is not a.
You mean they didn't hire a bear to do cocaine?
No, but they could hire a bear to walk past a scene or whatever. But they didn't do that. But they didn't do that. The bear was always CGI. But the thing is that, and if I remember correctly, they used the same guy. You guys would know would know his name. Right now, it escapes me. Who played my precious from the Lord of the Rings films? The hell's his name?
No, it wasn't
Andy Serkis.
Circus, yeah, Family Circus. And he plays the bear.
Really?
Yeah, he plays the bear in this movie.
Johnny, is that correct?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
And so the CGI, I mean, it
I
gets
don't know.
a
I
pass.
see Alan Henry as the bear performer.
Alan Henry.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in The Hobbit. He did stunts in the Hobbit movies.
Maybe I might have misread it.
Yeah, I don't think if Andy Serkis had done this, his name would be on the poster or something, because he's big enough star now. I think that they would do something like that.
But as far as the CGI goes, I think it gets a pass because of the ridiculousness of the situation.
I saw CGI too, but I think the real life performances and the characters in their own stories made it believable to me. The same way you could watch a movie from years ago and okay, well, that was the time, and what are you gonna do? You can't have a dude in a fucking 2 guys in a bear costume. I'll be the caboose, you be the front. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah, you tell him, Ollie. But what?
I was gonna say Ollie wants some cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't the only one.
Yeah, I think. I mean, as far as the CGI goes, it is what it is. I think we all accept that. I don't think they purposely tried to make it look poor, but it is campy, and you can lean a little bit into it. I think the CGI looked fine. It didn't look. It looks like other CGI I've seen in movies like this. So it wasn't. I don't think it was significantly worse or better. It was just about kind of the same as what I'd expect from a film like this, personally.
Yeah, I agree. So you accept it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just nothing to complain about, and the fact that if it was supposed to be like a serious movie, where if they had played this like serious, then like maybe at that point you're like, well, that completely takes me out of it because I'm looking at a big, huge CGI bear that does not look real whatsoever.
Right.
So yeah, I get it, and I kind of agree. with that to a degree.
I mean, they could, and there are times where they could have gone the cheap way and just hire somebody in a bear suit for some scenes, but that never happened. It never happened.
A rubber bear suit, like do fucking
Yeah.
like old Godzilla shit.
Yeah. What the hell? Why not? But they never went that route, which kind of surprised me. Really, I didn't think the bear would be CGI complete throughout the entire movie, but here we are.
Yeah, and they didn't show the bear. I mean, they showed the bear a pretty good amount. I mean, but I feel like it wasn't overdone. They didn't really make it so it just, you got used to how ridiculous it looked. I think it was just enough. So yeah, I don't really have much else to add about the CGI about that.
But I think at times, though, it didn't take away. You knew it was there. It wasn't necessarily like the original Jurassic Park, but like when the bear took a nap
on Eddie.
I was kind of that. I
yeah.
like when it, like Bear Angels, like I don't know. I still.
I love that when sorry, just about that scene where you're talking about Eddie's like, it's a her, and they're like, how do you know? He's like, what do you say? I could feel its vagina on my on his chest or something. I forget like what he said.
His ear.
His ear.
On
Yeah.
his ear.
Her vagina is in my ear.
Yeah.
Or my ear's her vagina.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that worked too, and I know. I clearly knew that Groot is not real.
Whoa, what?
Spoiler alert.
God damn it. You just ruined it.
I'm sorry. But when he's like, we are Groot, when we saw that in Fizz, I'm like, we are all Groot.
Yeah.
But like,
he's so right. We are all Groot.
Wolfie, we're all Groot. Wants popcorn? Like, it was like, yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't Avatar, but it did its job. It served its job. And I think the actors enhanced the scene. What are we going to do? It's a fucking bear doing cocaine. What the fuck?
I do cocaine!
All right, enough Dr. Roxo.
Well, what did you guys think of wait, did we discuss Ray Liotta yet?
Just a little bit. I mean, we can talk about him a little bit more.
I thought he was pretty good in this. I think he, given his appearance, his hair, his face being all pockmarked the way it was.
Well, that's just kind of him.
Yeah. I mean, he fit the bill. I think he fit the bill pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too big of a stretch to have Ray Liotta play a fucking drug lord. So
yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Ray Liotta mark. I fucking love Ray Liotta. I got my Goodfellas poster framed downstairs. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking true. But I thought he was good. He looked good. He looked svelte. Shit. I fucking saw him in Wild Hogs. You know what I mean? But I thought he was a great character. He actually had some tender moments where he's like, listen, the people who fucking want these drugs are going to come after me.
Right.
And family.
Yeah.
And that grandson. Even down to like, I thought you were watching the kid. Like, really? Am I fucking daddy daycare? Look at me. You know what I mean? Like, I like this members only jacket. I liked his sniper rifle. Like, I thought this was a great. He had a fun role, and I still don't know why he passed. What the cause of it? It just sucks because Ray Liotta is a fantastic actor and a great. Now I'm upset, sad, but no, I thought he was good in it.
Yeah, I thought everybody was good in this. Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who I had a ball watching.
Ball washing?
No, not ball washing. Ball watching. ball watching this movie. I had a ball watching him in this movie because, I'm so used. I should know better than this. Actors are actors. Okay, they're not who they are on TV or in film. But I'm so accustomed to him being on Family Matters, Family Guy. No, not Family Guy. Modern
Family. Wait, which one?
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Who was he? Was he the bearded husband?
Yeah, the one with the red hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so Ray Liotta, he was found dead in his sleep, and it is speculated that he died of sudden adult death syndrome, SADS, which sometimes may go undiagnosed. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what a creepy way to go.
Sudden adult death syndrome. What the fuck?
Well, that's stupid.
Yes, death is stupid, period. So
yeah. It's like spontaneous combustion. It's not
it kind of is. Yeah. Play back the tape.
Yeah, that's really, he's in fucking Goodfellas. Really? That's fucking
He's in Goodfellas.
That's fucking
He
dumb.
can't die due to SADS because he was in Goodfellas.
Yeah, that's dumb, God.
It's not Godfellas.
Yeah, God has nothing to fucking. That's sudden adult death syndrome.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Let me read. I forgot to comment on or read the comments. So let's see. Evil Corny says Margot Martindale was Hilary Swank's mother in $1 Million Baby. That was Ranger Liz.
Oh, no kidding.
He says the kid's eating cocaine. He said the blonde kid is the main character in the Sweet Tooth series. Yeah, okay. I still haven't seen Sweet Tooth, but
I don't know what that is.
It's a comic book that was turned into a Netflix series. Not superhero. It's just
Yeah. More.
Vertigo-esque. Was it Vertigo?
It was Vertigo.
Vertigo. Okay. Evil Corny then says, since when did MZ become a Mormon, Raven Shadow? That was like half hour ago.
What?
Creepy Girl says, yes, I love that. I thought the kids were amazing. She says, the bear, when he passed out, was a funny scene. Don't want to give anything away, but you know. Oh,
yeah.
Angry Townsman, he said tangerine before I found it. I wasn't looking at the chat at the time, but thank you, Angry Townsman. Creepy Girl says Bullet Train was fun. There you go, MZ. Creepy Girl liked it.
Okay.
And Evil Coin said, shit, Wolfie, that soundbite scared the hell out of me. I think he's talking about the I do cocaine. All right, I'm all caught up on chat now. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with this? What about the, we talked about Jane, Jefferson Starship, but the choice of some of the songs I thought were really funny with Depeche Mode, Just Can't Get Enough. And there was a couple others. Let me look up the soundtrack.
Yeah, there was a song from oh damn it. God damn it. Berlin. I think it was Berlin. There's a song from Berlin on there.
And the score was done by Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo, which is pretty awesome. He does a lot of scores now these days.
Nice. Yeah, I know Berlin was on the soundtrack somewhere.
Yeah. One thing we didn't... Oh, here it is. Cocaine Bear soundtrack list. Jefferson Starship, Jane. Scandal, The Warrior. Slim Whitman, Love Song of the Waterfall. On the Wings of Love from Jeffrey Osborne.
Yes.
Too Hot to Trot from the Commodores. You're right.
Yep.
No More Words from Berlin.
Yep.
Just Can't Get Enough from Depeche Mode. White Lines from Pusha T. Pyro from Young Goose. And Trail of Tears from Kath D. So there you have it. Yeah, it's pretty appropriate, and it was like on the nose. A lot of the lyrics were very reminiscent of like for instance, just can't get enough from Depeche Mode, right? Like that just makes a lot of sense. Like things like that I thought were really funny. Just kind of just is all in on the joke. There was something else I think I wanted to mention before we wrap up. Was there anything else you guys can think of?
I'm ready for the verdict.
Yeah, let's do the verdict.
All right. Let's fucking do it then. Let's do the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
I didn't do Bust It in time. This fucking thing. All right. So sorry for those people watching the video, since my Stream Deck is not working. I tried to hit the button on my computer and it didn't do it in time. So, oh well. No busta. But it is verdict time, so we're going to let you know whether this movie, Cocaine Bear, is a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. Let's start with Monster Zero.
This is the kind of film that should never have made it to the theaters. Just based on the premise alone, should never have made it into theaters. And yet, somehow, it made it into the theaters. And I couldn't be more happy. More films like this need to make it into the cineplexes. They seriously do. With attendance down in movie theaters since post-COVID, and rising ticket prices, you need to try and get somebody. You need to try to get a new audience into the theater, and having a film like Cocaine Bear is the correct way to go about it. You got to start expanding the kind of movies that can make it into a theater. Put low-budget independent pictures in there. Just take a chance. Take a fucking chance. What have you got to lose? So the fact that this movie was able to make it into the theater, I was thrilled. And then when regardless of whether it was good or bad, I was just happy about it because of the ridiculous premise. I mean, this is a movie that would have made it in the theaters back in the 80s. Today, not so much, but somehow this got through. Kudos to Elizabeth Banks for pulling that one off. Outside of a couple of I don't want to say glitches, but areas where I think things should have been panned out a little bit better or have them flow a little easier. This was just a fun popcorn movie. It's not exactly one of those kind of movies where you just leave your brain at the door and then walk inside. You want to be able to follow what's going on, and it's fairly simple to follow. But I feel like you need to stay on top of just a couple of things just to fully enjoy this whole thing. And I did. Couple of glitches aside, but I thought David and Eddie were a home run in this movie. I thought the Ranger Liz was dynamite. Martindale, she was great in this. Ray Liotta was really good too. I could have done without the kids, which is not to say that they took the movie down to a lower level. They didn't. But I just felt like some of it was kind of cringeworthy. The dialogue was cringeworthy, especially from the boy. It just, because he kept on calling it Cocaine Bear, which, I mean, yeah, that's a titular line, but I don't know. He just kept on saying it, and the fact that
I think MZ just hates kids.
there's a bear that eats cocaine. No, he calls it actually cocaine bear, and he calls cocaine bear that like 4 or 5 times in the film. So he was a little
But
bit
that's what
annoying.
kids do, and he was high on cocaine too.
Yeah, that's another.
That's what kids do. They give things silly names and they keep calling it that. That to me, I don't know.
I
suppose. And sometimes 40-something-year-old podcasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes even 50-year-old podcasters. I suppose maybe I'm being too nitpicky about it, but it just annoyed me.
And that's fair. If it annoyed you, it annoyed you.
But outside of that, and a not a spectacular ending, but a suitable ending for this film. It's violent, it's gory, it's got funny dialogue. There's funny pieces that are going around everywhere. And not such a halfway decent choreographed fight in the bathroom. That was pretty good too.
That would have been one of my favorite scenes.
That was a lot of fun. So yeah, through and through, I'd say that this is above a treat, but below a super treat. So that's somewhere in the middle there, but it's definitely.
I've never heard of super treat. You just fucking pulled that out of nowhere.
Super treat.
Ow. It's super treaty.
Ow.
Well, Corny says, what was he supposed to call it? The Weed Wookie? Maybe.
That'll be coming out next year.
The Weed Wookie coming out in 2024. All right. There you go. So did you say trick or treat, MZ? I can't remember.
I did. Treat.
Right. Cool. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention is I thought it was really funny when they did this sort of opening where they had like what's it like, like sort of doing the opening thing with the text on the screen, and then it says Wikipedia, like it cites Wikipedia as the source, which I thought was really funny. That was a nice little touch. All right, Raven Channel, let's hear your verdict.
So, all right. So the title, poster, and premise is absurd, right? Sure. With that said, I thought Elizabeth Banks did a fantastic job with this picture. I thought she assembled a killer A-list,
A-lister.
A-list cast, with some various degrees depending on where they're at, give or take. But this movie was not Snakes on a Plane, right?
Right.
The gimmick was the joke of get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane. That was the only punchline. And you saw it, you're like, oh, well, we already know the punchline, right? Or I made references to Sharknado. I think the characters had a reason for being there. I thought they were three-dimensional. I thought the gore was good. The people that died were not always the obvious ones. There was the girl hiker that we saw her leg get pulled off early on.
Yeah.
You had kids ingesting cocaine. You don't always see that. When's the last time you see that in a picture? So I thought maybe the daughter would. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. But like, I this movie is better than it's every right to be. It ain't Casablanca, but I had a blast. I had an 8-ball with this. Cool.
An 8-ball.
So, and once again, we're just making jokes. Coke is too expensive. There are better drugs for you.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Well, I mean, do drugs, but there are better drugs than that.
Name one. Pot.
That's fun.
Don't do the pot, kids. Smoke the marijuana cigarettes, okay?
Yeah, don't. But seriously, don't do drugs.
But seriously, folks, here.
But don't. It's stupid. Get a tattoo with that money. But treat.
All right. Yeah, I'll make mine short and sweet. This is a treat. It was fun. It's it had a surprising amount of heart for a movie called Cocaine Bear, and I really liked. I like the ending. I like the end with especially Eddie and David. Right. I like the way their story ended and what happened there. So, yeah, this is fun. It's a mindless comedy /thriller, I guess. I wouldn't call it horror, but it does have some moments of horror with some decent gore in it. But yeah, it's a fun movie. That's all it is. Like after years of pandemic and lockdown and all that kind of things, like it's nice to just kind of unwind with something that's just silly and supposed to be silly and fun. And there's a couple outrageous scenes in this. So, yeah, it's a treat for me, and I recommend people check out Cocaine Bear. All right. Now, next week, Raven Shadow.
Uh-oh.
You ready, Raven Shadow?
Are you ready?
No, I'm asking, are you ready?
I think so.
Okay. So next week, let me just make sure. Just double check. I'm pretty sure this comes out on VOD. Sorry, I'm just double checking because I want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So this comes out on VOD in like an hour from now. It's hitting on the 31st of March. And that movie is the latest film from Quentin Dupieux, and it's called Smoking Causes Coughing.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
It's a group of vigilantes called the Tobacco Forces. They're falling apart. To rebuild team spirit, their leader suggests that they meet for a week-long retreat before returning to save the world.
Are you fucking shitting me? Don't tell me. Are we doing this?
What did I just say?
All right, I guess we're doing it.
Quentin Dupieux. Yes, so Quentin Dupieux, director of such films as Rubber, Deerskin, Wrong Cops, and others. But yeah, this is his latest flick, and it's hitting select theaters and VOD tomorrow on the 31st of March. So there you go. Give it a look. Check it out. Come back. Hang out with us. Let us know what you think next week.
Fuck yeah.
Evil Courtney says, we know it wasn't Casablanca because Raven Shadow was able to find it. All right, so next week we'll do Smoking Causes Coughing. Now, let's see here. All right, we'll get some voice messages. Let me get these queued up. All right, first up, we're going to hear from Creepy Girl.
Yeah.
So let's see what Creepy Girl has to say about this movie.
Hey guys, Creepy Girl here. I have a horrible sore throat, so hopefully you can hear me. I had to call in to talk about Cocaine Bear. This was a perfect movie for me. It was just perfect. The characters in this, I loved every character and every part that each character played was amazing. Like, they just had the perfect characters in this. That was what made this movie, I think. And why does my phone turn off? It makes me think it's not recording. Okay, and it was hilarious. There were so many like scream out loud moments and oh my god moments and over the top like cringe moments, and the bear was so cool. I just thought how they did that bear. I mean, it wasn't perfect CG or anything, but he just was amazing in it. The bear himself was crazy amazing. I liked all the little nods they did to like they had a little nod to Scarface, and they had all these other little sayings they said that pertained to cocaine, like the little I don't know what you call them, puns or whatever, something that had to do with cocaine. They had a lot of that in the movie if you really listen close. But yeah, this movie, and I tell everybody you have to see it in the theater because it's just the crowd reaction and just the big screen and the loudness of it makes it way more amazing. Because I mean, I went home 3 days later and rented it and watched it again because I wanted to watch it with all my friends that hadn't seen it yet. But I would watch this again and again and again. It's definitely a rewatchable movie, and it's exciting. Like it's one of those no boring moments, and the characters were amazing. And yeah, this is like my favorite movie in like a lot of years. Like I
Wow.
love this movie. I just never been so excited about a movie like this. I tried to drink some tea before I did this, but it's still not my throat. I swear it's going to close up and I'm going to die tonight, but we'll see.
Oh, don't say that.
It hurts
Hey.
so bad, and I don't know if it had anything to do with that spider bite. I don't know, but it's just keeps snowballing on me. All this sickness this week ever since I got bit by whatever it was.
Ugh.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that. I love this movie, and I love you guys.
Aw.
Later.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling great, creepy girl, and that sucks that, whatever, you got bit by a spider. I don't know if that's a, part of it, but sounds like a nightmare. But hey, watch Cocaine Bear again. Maybe it'll cheer you up a little bit. But that's awesome to hear that that's like one of her favorite movies in the last few years. That's crazy. That's awesome. You guys have anything else to say?
Nope.
All right, moving on. We're going to hear from Evil Corny.
Hey guys, I'm going to give Cocaine Bear a treat. Really love the film. I rented it on VOD a couple weeks ago. Might be the most I think I've laughed in a long time. Overall, liking Elizabeth Banks' choices in films that she's been directing. I want to see more from her. The only thing I didn't like about the film, out of everything, is in The Wire and several other movies, the actor Isaiah Whitlock has a trademark of saying the word shit as she.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
didn't do that at any point in this movie, and that is the biggest letdown for this film.
Right.
But other than that, I really love this film. Y'all have a good one. Evil Corny out.
He's right. He's right.
Oh yeah, Raven Shadow. Turn some lights on in that room.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. How could I have missed that? Oh my God. He's right. Oh, damn it.
Explain it again, because
Garrett Whitlock,
the pitcher?
No. Jesus, dude, really? Whatever his name is. Like now I'm getting all flustered over this. He
Wookie Blaylock.
Mookie Blaylock, yeah.
Yeah. He registered and copyrighted and trademarked the way he says shit. And he says it I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, he did do that.
That's pretty funny.
He is right. Courtney is right. He did do that, and it didn't even dawn on me that he didn't do that, but he's absolutely right. He should have done it. Because he does say shit a few times in this movie, but he did not say it the way he well.
Isaiah Whitlock Jr. That's who you're talking about. Okay.
Isaiah Whitlock. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yep.
Garrett Whitlock's on the brain. Baseball.
Yeah. that is funny. Yeah, I never knew that he trademarked that.
Yeah, he did. Damn.
Awesome. Well, good to hear from you, Corny. Glad you dug it as well. Let's see. We got one more. Actually, let me just double check because I know sometimes people like to get them in under the wire. So one more time. Okay. So yeah, I think this is the last one. This is from Angry Townsman. Let's check in with Angry.
Hey guys, this is Angry Townsman from Discord, or Donnie Davis. Just wanted to give some thoughts on Cocaine Bear. And I saw the trailer first, thinking y'all's Facebook group, and I immediately was like, hell yeah. Every time I saw that trailer, hell yeah. Especially when I got to see it on the big screen.
Hell yeah.
I will say the trailer does give you the best bits of the bear violence. That's the only problem that I had with this movie is I didn't have any cool surprise. I didn't have many cool surprises in the movie. I really wanted more bear violence. As quirky as the human interactions were, some of it could have been toned down. Not the park ranger. All of that was gold. I was half expecting something with her at the end of the movie that I guess could still come in a sequel. And I do love that they left this open for a sequel. I love this concept so much that I am even looking forward to the Asylum knockoff Meth Gator. I am all down for it. I'm usually not a big animal attack movie person, but this movie, it was just so much fun. The movie-going experience, I had a crowded theater, and there was all the reactions and stuff from the different people was just, I ate it up. I love being in a crowded theater and people reacting to it, not people that are checked out on their phones or not, but, when there's just that visceral reaction of the crowd responding to a movie. I know it's been a while since I've left a voicemail, so I've just been behind on my podcast, been listening to a bunch of audiobooks. So if I haven't said it before, welcome back, MZ. I hope we get to hear from Aries soon. And thank you guys for putting in the time every week to, share your discussions with us. I enjoy the heck out of it, and, hope y'all can keep doing it for the foreseeable future. Once again, this is Donnie. Hoping everyone has a good night. Bye.
Awesome, Donnie Davis. I appreciate that. Dangerous Donnie Davis. It's always good to hear from you, my friend. And yeah, don't worry about, if there's a lapse in time, people, get to us when they can. And maybe this is a good time, Raven Shadow, to address. Donnie brought up something that maybe we'll address. There's not much to say about it, but so he had mentioned Aries, and so Aries has decided to step away from the show prior to MZ coming back. So even before MZ had made it known that he was going to come back, Aries had if you guys remember, he had missed a few shows at the end of the year and towards the beginning of the year. He just had a lot going on, and it's just kind of one of those things where I think he had a little bit too much going on in real life, and he's prioritizing that, and also his godlike duties, of course, right? He can't have a derelict of duty when it comes to being a god.
Yeah, you you gotta punch in.
Right. But yeah, it's I will say we just like we did with MZ, we left the door open, told Aries, if you ever decide that you want to come back, things are better, things change, whatever, you are always welcome on the show. Whether it's a guest appearance, whether it's full time, whatever it is. So that's, yeah, we were wondering about talking about it. I didn't want to do it. We've actually known for a couple weeks. I didn't want to mention it on the Patreon show. I didn't want the Patreon show to be a downer. And last week we had Rachel, like it just seemed like I didn't want to like bring the conversation down when we had guests on. So, but since Angry brought it up, and I was probably going to mention it next week, but now is appropriate since he brought Aries up. So, yeah. So at least for the time being, or the foreseeable future, or maybe longer, we don't know yet. Aries is stepping away from the show. So and knowing Aries like we do, Raven Shadow especially, we asked if he wanted to do a farewell show, and he's not the kind of guy for farewell shows. I'll just say that. Do you have anything to add, Raven Shadow?
No. I mean, he's a man of many mysteries, and I think we all miss him being on the roster. I definitely do. But he's gone away. He's come back, and the future's unwritten. So take a little break. A lot of stuff going on in Ukraine still, so we'll see what's going on. But no, I hope we can have him back in the near future.
Yeah, and
when the time is right.
Yeah, and like you said, he before he did leave the show for a little while, and he came back. So who knows? I'm not going to say we left the door open. He seemed to think that maybe that was going to be it, but also MZ thought that too. So it's just the way it goes. You get some distance between. I mean, MZ, you fucking moved. You moved several states away. It's difficult to, sort of like pack your whole life, go somewhere else, and then unpack your whole life and get settled, while trying to have any responsibilities. So, like I totally get it. So that's where we're at. All I got to say is,
what would you do if another cop called you a nigger?
Oh,
or
shit.
Worse?
Fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Wait.
Would that happen, sir?
All right. Gordy sent me a clip of from Black Klansman, which actually is a really kind of awesome movie.
That's a great fucking picture. And no, I'd say we love Aries. And just the last couple of voicemails too. Creepy Girl, you're not feeling well. Thank you so much for contributing, and please feel better.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Corny, I know you get a lot of stuff going on, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time. And Triple D, Dangerous Donnie Davis, brother. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you very much for those words. And those words mean a lot to me, and I'm sure for the rest of the brothers. So
in this case, you can speak for me. In that case, okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all you folks for your word tonight. It meant a lot.
Yeah, and Donnie says, please let him know we miss him and appreciate his contributions, and ask for whiskey recommendations.
Ooh.
Well, maybe we could convince him to call in. I doubt it, but we could be like, hey, if you want to, just call in and give a whiskey recommendation. Do you guys remember back in the day he used to do his monster hunting tips on the old video podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he used to do he's a man of few words, and that was what his monster hunting tip was. It was like, what do you say? It was like, vampires, I kill them. Like that's like, it was like very simple. Like werewolves, I rip their throats out or something like that. It's
yeah.
So he's a man of very few words, and I don't know that we'll get that, but we'll pass along. Actually, let me. Actually, I can't do it right now because I don't have the right thing open, but we'll pass that along to him. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. He may not acknowledge it, but he'll appreciate it.
It's true.
But yeah, it's going to be. We still really haven't discussed sort of what this will be like, but we seem to manage okay last year with 3 of us, and then having some guests here and there. So one thing I will say is planning out guests every week can be it's not a ton of work. Like I don't mean to make it sound like it's like, but trying to maintain a schedule and reaching out to people, and this person's busy this day, and then this person can't do this, this month or whatever. It becomes something that it becomes more of a chore, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting at. And at this point, I want to make sure that things are just fun. And while I love having people on the show, and we will continue to reach out to guests, and hopefully some old guests, some recent guests, some new guests maybe, it's just one of those things that it becomes, I don't want to say we're going to have a different guest every week because it's probably not going to happen. So, but we will have the regular rotation of folks, and hopefully some new folks too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I miss Aries tremendously, but I've been having a lot of fun the last couple of.
You haven't been in as many arguments. I'll say that.
It's weird. It's weird. We'll get there, but like, I miss Aries tremendously on the team. With that said, though, I think we've had fun. And I think we've had, I don't know, like, and let us know. Let us know what you folks think. But
yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, I don't know if everyone's going to get to the end of the episode because I don't think everyone listens all the way through every single time. But if you guys have thoughts, if there's something you want to convey or an idea or something, just always feel free to shoot it over to us and let us know what you think.
Yeah, and if you miss Aries a lot and you have his DMs, slide into him and yell at him.
Hey, you're becoming a little bit too savvy, Raven Shadow. I don't know if I like this. Slide into DMs?
Yeah.
Where'd you learn that?
Rachel.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. I'm branching out.
So yeah, so that's the news. Maybe we'll make another announcement next week when towards the beginning of the show. But I wanted to ensure that that you guys found out, and Angry bringing it up, I think is made a lot of sense. So yeah, there you have it. And we will miss Aries. Hopefully, maybe one day he'll be back. But for now, it is just the 3 of us moving on. So, all right. Well, I think we played all the voice messages. Let me just double check. I can tell MZ's going to turn into a pumpkin once again.
Oh man, look at it. He's like orange right now.
What time do you get up, MZ, these days? On for work days.
6
a.m. That's not too bad. That's like later than you used to get up, I think, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
That's not bad. But yeah, I mean, for me, less than 6 hours is suboptimal. Like I can function like one night every once in a while, getting like 4 or 5, but less than 6 a couple nights in a row and I'm fucked. That's one of the things about getting older, I feel, is the need more sleep.
I remember the old days of Second Castle Wolfenstein, leaving after like 12:30 in the morning.
Oh man, yeah.
And then I'd come home, take Ollie out, and decompress and go to bed at like 2:33 to get up for fucking 5:30.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's kind of insane.
But no.
Oh man. What was it?
I'm just feeling love. I'm feeling love.
I'm feeling tired. Let's shut the
Jesus
All right.
Christ, listen to this guy. We're like, doing this whole like kind of like, sweet sappy thing, and MZ's like, "Come on, I just want to fucking go to bed, you motherfuckers."
Yeah,
Oh,
let's go.
All right. Evil Corny says, tell Aries his number 4 favorite Patreon supporter misses him. All right. We'll also let him know that. All right. I think we got everything. We got all the voice messages. Oh, we got to do our film discussion on Bat Pussy. You ready for that, MZ? He's like, you motherfuckers.
God damn it.
All right, we're gonna say goodnight. So let's go around and say goodnight, starting with MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebag.
Okay, Raven Shadow.
I wish everyone a big hug and a kiss and live fast, love hard, survive. Scum.
I wish everybody a big hug and a kiss.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. So that is gonna wrap it up. Let's get the music going here. All right, so we appreciate you guys tuning in to episode 557. And if you haven't seen Cocaine Bear, check it out. And next week, Smoking Causes Coughing, the new film from Quentin Dupieux. We'll be checking that out. I recommend you guys check that out because it looks like it's going to be fucking bonkers and a lot of fun. So give that a look and check out Smoking Causes Coughing. If you want to leave a voice message for us next week, feel free to do so. Podcast at trickortreatradio.com. Leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen if you haven't done so. And we'd appreciate that. All right, well, that's going to do it. We will talk to you guys next week. See ya.